Hey, Teddy K here for the Best Buy blog, and in this video review we take a look at the Bose Frames Tempo Bluetooth enabled sunglasses and headphones all packed into one sporty frame. This isn't the first time that Bose has combined glasses and headphones together. They've done it before, and the Frames Tempo are one of several designs that they've currently come out with so that they can appeal to, well, whoever wants that. These are unisex sunglasses, so they can appeal to both men and women, and the frames are interchangeable. So Bose has a few different other options depending on what it is you need, but these are the ones that come in the box with them. And you can see that there is a bit of a cumbersome design here, but of course that is to be expected given what is inside. The fit is based less on the arms and more on the nose pads. So the nose pads, there are three different sizes that come in the box. Those determine kind of what the fit is like once you put them on. Now for me, I was fortunate in that the ones that, the default ones actually felt pretty sturdy for me, so I stuck with those. And they're pretty lightweight. I mean, the whole product itself is pretty lightweight. So the idea being that you can use these either while, leisurely doing a hike or something like that, or if you're being a little bit more active. There is no strap that attaches to the back, so if you're looking for something that can stay on when you're doing something really, really rigorous or active, you got to be careful with that. They connect either with a smartphone, tablet, or even a smartwatch via Bluetooth, so if you want to play music, you can do that very easily. The pairing process is pretty simple. The Bose Music App will facilitate a lot of those features. Bear in mind that the app itself doesn't offer a whole lot. So other than a couple of different settings or whatever, there's not much you can do. Like for example, there's no equalizers. So if you're not liking the sound of the music or you want to adjust it in some way, unfortunately, you can't do it. Now, when it comes to the audio is itself interesting because there are no earbuds here. So there's nothing that's actually going in your ear, nor is there bone conduction going on here where the sound basically reverberates through your jaw and skull so that you can hear it that way. Instead, it's just basically just audio speakers that are angled kind of towards your ear, so you're picking up the sound as it's sort of traveling towards. That means that the open air design is such that other people can also hear what it is you're listening to. So if you wanted to do a phone call, for example, there's a good chance that somebody's going to hear what the other person is saying while you're on the phone around people. So you do want to be a little bit more private, I think, when you're talking on the phone with these. But the phone call quality is actually good, and the audio quality for what it is good. Again, you have to measure expectations here. If you like music with a lot of bass, you're not going to feel it here. The bass is the thing that is sacrificed the most, ultimately, because there's no seal. There's nothing really sealing in the low end of the audio spectrum into your ear. I mean, it's not like the modules here, like the speakers, the drivers here that you have in the sunglasses are not even towards your ear. Like they're moving towards, but they're not in front of it, if that makes sense. So what you have is a situation where you can hear pretty well, but you're not going to hear the audio quality is just not going to be anything compared to a good pair of headphones or earbuds. So what that means is, obviously, relative to audio quality, you're not going to get the best, you're just going to get something. And that's part of the cachet here. The cachet is that you can wear a pair of sunglasses, and again, you've got music, so it's kind of angling towards your ear, you're hearing what you're hearing, and that's it. It's cool in that sense because if you don't want to wear a pair of earbuds or headphones, but you need the sunglasses, then you're kind of doing both things at the same time. The IPX4 rating is good enough for pretty good water and sweat resistance, but not for swimming. So definitely nothing where you're submerging this in water, and definitely no salt water. Keep these away from salt water. You're going to kill them immediately once you put them in there. If you're going to go skiing or snowing or snow-related activities, you could do that. They can withstand that kind of cold, but again, be careful because if they get a little too wet, then that could become a problem. So if you're going to do that, just make sure that you wipe them dry afterwards. Bose does include a nice semi-hard shell case to go with these. There's also a pocket for the charging cable. They do charge through USB-C. There's no wireless charging, so you are going to have to plug in, but the good news is that it only takes about an hour to go from empty to full. So if you are running on empty, just plug them in and in a pretty short time, you'll be able to use them again. 8 hours is what Bose rates for the full battery life. I think that's relative. Well, it is. It's just relative to your volume level. Like if you're going to crank up the volume, you're definitely not lasting 8 hours. If you leave it at default volume, you're going to be fine. But bear in mind that when you're outside and you're wearing these, you need to raise the volume just to hear everything, because the outside noise is obviously still hitting your ear as well. So there's going to be this battle that goes on. And as good as the microphones are, if you are talking in a crowd, like in a loud place, the other person on the other side of the call is going to hear pretty much the same things you're going to hear. So it's call quality is great. I mean, relative to where your ears are situated vis-a-vis the actual speakers or the microphones. But at the same time, because of the open design, there's going to be more than enough noise bleed that gets in there to impact the call. So just to wrap it up, as I mentioned, these are the sport version of Bose frames. There are other ones that are more fashionable, a couple of which are aimed towards women, a couple others that are aimed towards men that are more for fashion, like lifestyle type of use cases. This is more for active people. So people who want to wear something that they need the protection for their eyes. They want something sturdy, something just a little bit rugged, and something that will at least play back whatever it is they want to listen to. The Frames Tempo offers all that. Bear in mind, you get award-winning sound in the process. You're just going to get good sound for what these are. And if you're okay with that, well, you probably won't go wrong with these. But if you're looking for really good sound, if that really matters to you, regardless of what it is you're doing, you think about it before you actually take the plunge here. Review of the Bose Frames Tempo for the Best Buy blog. I'm Zeddy K. Thanks for watching.